is your soulmate. In this video, I am going to reveal it to you. Let's see, I am going to ask you to concentrate. This will be a reading dedicated to you. Think about yourself. If you want, you can leave your sign down below to connect with this energy, but I will ask you to calm down, try to connect with my energy, and take a deep breath. And we are going to draw a card first that speaks to your energy. Good. And we have the card of inward. What I can see here is that regarding your energy, you are in a bit of a cleansing moment dealing with negativity. You were like, in the past, you were negative, you were even a bit doubtful, and I would say that you were even doubting the twin flames. Perhaps there were people who, in some way, were telling you to stay away from that person, that they are not good for you, that this person is not meant for you. And maybe at this moment that person was indeed not ready for this reunion. But notice how your excitement is returning. Your hope is coming back. You are internalizing. You are looking inward. Because you feel and know that within you lie your answers. Right now, you are in a moment of purification. I don't know if you are working on aura cleansings. Either you are working with gratitude, I don't know, even with meditation, but it's true. It is beginning to flow correctly now that these negative thoughts, that this subconscious, which at some point may have been unbalancing energy, even blocking that energy, is slowly and gradually disappearing, right? And look, the water tells us that your chakras are starting to unblock, that your chakras, your energy sources are beginning to align, that they are starting to let the energy flow, and above all, and most importantly, this light, I don't know if you see it, is blue. What enters through the crown chakra allows what needs to come into our life to enter. Perhaps you had to do some kind of cleansing. When I say cleansing, I mean removing certain things and certain people from your life so that your soulmate, your twin flame, can effectively enter. In this case, we are asking about the soulmate. You have a very beautiful energy. You have an energy that flows. Keep flowing, my heart. Continue in acceptance, in gratitude. Because you are achieving your goal, which at this moment is nothing other than cleansing yourself of negativities, of those little ghosts that occasionally appear, right? Like that shadow of pessimism. This obviously prevents us from vibrating high and somehow hinders the law of attraction from working properly, but you are achieving it. But your feelings are changing and allowing this crown chakra to be infused with that energy from the universe. Your special person has a very light energy. They are someone who enjoys life and finds pleasure in the simplest things. At least at this moment in their life, they do not want complications or problems. They may be someone who needs nature, who occasionally needs to isolate themselves or take walks in the countryside. They likely enjoy nature and the outdoors, and they could very well be an athlete, but they are indeed a simple person. It may apparently show something else, but this is its energy. This is the essence of its energy. And this energy is an easy energy. It is an energy that does not want complications, that does not want conflicts. It completely flees from conflicts. And as I tell you, a very important trait is that they are capable of being happy with the smallest things. And in this energy, it is beginning to move. In this energy, by nature, it could perfectly be a person who lives in the countryside or who ends their days in the countryside, in a country house, in a place completely away from the city, in some location where there is tranquility. I feel that this person needs that tranquility from time to time, and look at the wonderful energy that unites them. It is a 3, it is a numerical code 3, and it is a rainbow card, therefore. There is a spiritual guide here. There is an ethereal being. It is evidently common for their energy to be very strong. It could be an ascended master, a being of light that is protecting you, or it could be your angel. Regardless, the cards are already telling me that there are signs between you, that you have already started to feel that trinity, that holy trinity that the number 3 speaks of, like those pyramids that look like a triangle and point to the sky. However, I have to tell you that at some point in this relationship, one of you has ignored the signs, and for that reason you are currently apart, but you will not be for much longer. This guide is working. There is a divine intervention here, and therefore those energies are coming together. It is the sign from the universe that is reaching you. It is a feather capable of being in a place where there apparently shouldn't be feathers, a song that repeats synchronicities, numerical codes, animals, why not? All of this is going to unite us, and Of course, if there is a card that shows a guided love, if there is a card that shows soulmates or souls, it is the card of the soul, precisely the card of guidance. Therefore, I am now in a position to tell you to hide whatever happens and whatever comes out now in the tarot. Stay calm because it is a general reading. But remember that what is meant for you, what is destined for you, will find its way no matter how difficult it may seem at the moment. And it seems difficult because I see you in negative moments, pessimism, or feeling down. And 2, what is meant for you, nothing and no one will be able to stop it. Therefore, pay attention to the signs, because if you are not feeling it already, very soon destiny, in a casual way or perhaps in a synchronicity, will bring about that meeting or reunion for that soul that fractured in another life to be together with you again. Therefore, yes, it is your soulmate. Life and the universe are sending you many signs. This is one of them. You need to fight a little against your negativity. You need to struggle a bit with those negative thoughts and try, at least for a while, at least until this union, to share just the right amount of this story, because there are people who do not understand it and it hurts you and you rebel against it. It's better to just let it be alright. There was a distancing here. It is true that there was a distancing. They talked to me about 6 and 7 weeks, 7 months. And it could also be for some 7 years, why not? But notice that even in a sad separation, a very sad one, this separation involved others. If you realize in this tarot, in the 6 of Swords, we can see another person involved in this transition. That is to say, this pain was not only yours. There were other people here who, in one way or another, were also affected by that separation. They were also affected by this distancing. But if there is one thing that the 6 of Swords represents, it is that they are emotions and thoughts. Notice that it is set in water, which speaks to us of feelings, because it carries thoughts on the boat. This was a decision that was made with the mind, but it was necessary to heal the soul, to heal the emotions, because there was a lot of intensity, because there were many emotions and it hurt. This person was drowning in these feelings, drowning in those emotions. It was something so strong, so intense. But notice that even though this distancing occurred, be careful, because in a breakup, it is not a breakup. It is a distancing between the two, and neither of them could forget the other. And I say it correctly, both of them. They always had that fantasy. You always had that illusion of reuniting. And something, you see, also hear the cards, right? Something they felt. Something told you that no matter what happened, you would see each other again, that this was not the end, that the love story did not end here. And this, keep in mind, because look, here we have negative thoughts and here we have illusions. Hold on to this because it is also a card of illusions. I don't know if you were aware or not, but throughout this time of separation, distance, and cooling off, there were options to reconnect. There were options to see each other again. There were ways in which I would even dare to say, my dear, that you shared space and time and perhaps didn't even see each other, but it is possible that you felt each other. This letter also tells us that during this time you were able to rebuild your life. You could be with other people, or you had your soulmate, but none could. None were able to erase these illusions or to be together again, to erase those memories, to erase those premonitory dreams. They ignored those signs. And this happens because we ask for signs from our guides, from our ascended masters, but then we do not see them. So, in that struggle, by seeing these signs, fighting against what I intuitively know should be good, I have been able to meet other people who, well, also brought me an experience or contributed something to my life, but they need to reunite, and that will not take long. Very soon you will be together. All the obstacles that have been separating you will be disappearing and falling away. Remember to work on this, please. There is an imminent change here, a rapid change, and there is a fortuitous encounter, a surprise meeting, but at the same time, it will be a satisfying encounter, one that will bring happiness. It will be a meeting and a reunion filled with a lot of passion. And when I talk about passion, I am not simply referring to having intimacy, which they will also have, because that part of the relationship is very important for both of them, which surely they did not have the same intimacy with anyone else, because it is something more, it is a much deeper connection. And remember that when we have intimacy with someone, the less evolved chakra comes into play, the one that has the most emotion, which is the root chakra. And this is what awakens those instincts. Therefore, this intimacy that you have or will enjoy with this person is something special. It is something magical. That's why here they speak to me of a reunion, of a beginning. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. There is so much love. Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands again. If they are your soulmate, this is an obvious truth. This person is a whole, a complete entity. One can be very passionate and the other very emotional, and when these come together, when this part of the soul, when one and one come together, it becomes an 11. It is a soulmate. I want to say that your reading is very special. Your reading is talking about something very strong. Something very, very strong that you probably haven't felt with anyone. Surely you haven't felt this with anyone else, and if you still don't know them, let's see why they are about to enter your life very, very soon. Here it indicates that this person may be someone very magical, a natural leader, patient and full of charisma. They are a young, dark-haired person, not very old, or at least they have a youthful appearance. They are a young soul, not an old soul at all. This person could be an architect, an engineer, a builder. Something like that is what I see, but they are a leader, they are number one. Many ones come out, therefore that relationship is about to begin. It is a wonderful reading, it is a magical reading, but enter into acceptance, enter into acceptance, this person. It may have been for some of you like going through a moment of health that is either delicate or an emotional health issue that has forced you to stay in bed or that you had to be somewhat convalescent. It could be a leave from work or a broken foot. Something like that comes to mind where you had to be quite inactive for a while. And the Six of Wands speaks to me about a recognition of souls. Additionally, there is a recognition between the two that is coming soon, but it is also a general recognition. I don't know if this came up because something is hurting you. I don't know if there are people who might be against this relationship because they talk to me about a public acknowledgement of the relationship. It could also be a hidden relationship that comes to light and no longer needs to be hidden. In other words, here, they are telling me, dear, about showing oneself to the world with pride. Let's draw 2 more cards. Wow, and we have the card of the world. This person may come from afar. They could be someone who does not reside in your same location, who comes from another country, but they could also be someone who had to distance themselves for some course, some study, or even for a job, but in order to ascend. It's not because of their work and such, but that they were separated because they have to learn. Otherwise, that separation is going to happen. But it is a person who offers you the world. The world is like completing the cycle. The cards are marking them. The time frame indicates that the cards strongly suggest the number 8. It could be that in 8 weeks you will have that reunion, or in 8 months perhaps the total communion, the full universal communion, will have already occurred and you will be together. This relationship, these soulmates will be together. You will definitely be together. It is not always the case though. Sometimes the person we live with whom we have children, does not have to be our soulmate or our destined love. In fact, we have 3 loves in life, and in this case I have to tell you that with the card of the world, you will live. This romance, wow, is present in the card of the 2 of Cups, and here it tells me that you had to make decisions. Perhaps you have a partner or this person has a partner and they had to make decisions. But in the end, love, as I mentioned at the beginning, this love will triumph, this love will be fulfilling, this love you will be able to enjoy in this life, and this love offers you the whole world. In other words, you will elevate, you will vibrate. But it is also true that you have to learn. You came to learn. And I feel that this person and you will contribute a lot to each other, bringing much spiritual learning. This is the message that the cards have, your guides, your angels, your beings of light. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and with nothing more to say, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye bye.